7 reasons we know SJWs are mean, nasty bullies. Hey, it's Prince of Queens, and I want you to know that I do the Lord's work. I follow a higher power, the power of what is right, which I can feel deep in my soul as I walk the path of righteousness. I am not afraid of the darkness. I trust that the moon shall guide me, as Saul Williams has said, and my intentions are pure. Unless, of course, you say, type, or even think the wrong thing, and then it's all over for you and your problematic, privileged, patriarchal pussy! Okay, in all seriousness, I was recently chatting with my friend Kizum Fowler, who is a YouTuber that you should look into with a bit more experience with feminism and social justice, as he is at least a dozen years older than I am. And I realized that he and I have a differing opinion in our core approach to the current social justice movement, which is that he thinks that the SJWs and fourth wave feminists truly believe that they are good people deep down. And I just kind of don't. While occasionally you might come across the true believer who is fairly nice or just sickeningly unintelligent and not so much really malicious, the vast majority of the active ones are many-faced hypocrite monsters from the most heinous, humorless ring of hell, and they are simply nasty, awful people. They are bullies. And I get into this behavior in several videos, but I want to focus this one on why I think that a large percentage of them are at least subconsciously aware that they are doing something heinous, and provide my audience with some evidence as to why I truly believe they simply just don't care. Number one is that so many of them seem to think they are exempt from being able to hurt others. This delusion is so incredibly great that I cannot fully imagine what it would be like for somebody to legitimately feel this way. I think they're just pretending to feel this way because they want to be sadistic. Take the people who say white people cannot experience racism, for example, and then they go on to immediately start being nasty, racist, and abusive in the same comment thread. They know damned well they are doing something wrong, if nothing else because I'm sure even their most brainwashed, propaganda-spreading sociology professors hopefully told them that they shouldn't use this structural power plus prejudice theory to bully white people, and yet they do it all the time. Same with the non-binary psychos who sound like they want to fight the entire world when they make videos or posts. There's no way you can convince me that they truly believe their ugly behavior doesn't matter simply because they truly believe cisphobia isn't real. Same with the misandry is not a thing, but I drink from male tears mugs women. I think they all know they are being assholes, but they just don't care. And why don't they care? That brings me to number 2, revenge. I think if you really know, or somehow, God forbid, get to know a number of these people in the future, you'll find that a huge percentage of them are deeply angry people that have had some level of strife during a lot of their lives. Granted, this is only the most aggressive ones, but those are the ones that usually end up as actual leaders in the SJW movement. These are the people who were legitimately picked on or suffered from some sort of abuse by family members growing up, or at least were just kind of always really fat or something. Maybe some of them lost loved ones in a tragic car accident or something, and they now blame society for car culture or something semi-wacky because they want somebody to blame, so they project it outward at the entire world. Unfortunately, nobody ever told these idiots that revenge is a dish best served cold, and you always reap what you sow. The third reason we know that these people aren't nice is that they are liars, like blatant, almost constant liars. And I'm not just talking about the worst ones like the Stephanie Guthries, Kat Blacks, and Anisa Sarkeesians of the world, who actually get paid to keep going with their lies of supposed victimization. No, I am talking about the several fourth-wave intersectional feminist SJWs who I have encountered in my actual social circles who will get into an argument online with myself or somebody else and start blatantly lying about what the other person was saying and accusing them of having sent them threats or whatever. Seriously, I, as a gay man, have been accused more times than I can remember of having threatened a female over the internet within the past couple of years. Of course, this has always been a flagrant lie that they knew they were telling because one, I am not actually a violent person and certainly wouldn't try to fight some girl, and two, I'm not fucking stupid and I've been on the internet for about 20 years and am well aware that sending threats will always be a no-no because it always has been. But of course, they continue with these lies. Why would they have to do that if they knew that they were something besides a bully? They're just lying bullies. The fourth reason I know that they are just generally awful people is more of an observation than a reason exactly, which is something I have referred to on my channel a few times that I call starving piranha syndrome. This is what happens when the SJWs whittle away their immediate friend group down further and further by calling people out publicly, and then unfriending or blocking them on social media, protesting people's events in some scene that they're all a part of, or whatever SJW drama they came up with that week. Do you think it stops once all the white guys are gone? All the straight people? Will there ever be a group of people who are not problematic to the SJWs? Absolutely not, because these people will always find a problem with everybody eventually, as fourth wave intersectional feminism is a kill or be killed world. So eat up, little fishies. The fifth reason we know that they are simply bullies is that they are in the vast majority in their personal social sphere. Seriously, just me inserting some common sense into people's comment threads on Facebook frequently has their SJW friends asking our mutual friend if I am a troll or not, because they cannot believe somebody would actually defy SJW logic in the ways that I do. Like, I must be just faking it for some reason. Why do they ask this question? Well, the block wall makes them think that they are on the winning side of the argument based sheerly in terms of numbers, and so they persist because they think that they are an actual majority culturally. They think that they are the in crowd, the cool kids, the popular kids, and they are now finally getting their revenge on the whites, or the cis, or the males, or the generally problematic people. But they're only doing it because they think they're in the majority, as opposed to when I did social activism last decade and I was a severe minority. The sixth reason we know that they are jerks is that they go after people's careers relentlessly. Tim Hunt lost his job as a prized cancer researcher because SJWs got upset about a bit of out-of-context sarcasm. I know some of them didn't realize that it was sarcasm because his speech was put into text by Connie St. Louis and spread that way, but there's no way all of them were completely convinced that they were doing something fully justifiable. If anything, I think it's a pack mentality of individuals trying to outdo each other. Like cruel children in a group, there's always one kid taking things to the next level to try to impress everybody else, and then all of a sudden, you realize you are throwing rocks at birds, and one of the kids finally hits one and breaks its wing, and then everybody thinks, wait, what are we doing? Finally, the seventh reason that I know people are being downright mean is that I have met numerous recovering SJWs, and they regret it immensely. They knew they were lying, and they remember being mean to people and are deeply ashamed of it now. I was never a full-blown SJW, but I know the feeling because personally, I picked on some kids in middle school for various stupid reasons. However, all of us got over it, and for me, at least in one instance, I found the kid online in adult life and apologized. I was a dick, and I knew it at the time, but I was afraid of being picked on myself more than anything. I hope the SJWs can grow out of it. Alright, do you agree with my assessment? Drop me a comment about it and stay tuned.